So Zeniko kindly sent me these two flashes for review, ZF08 and ZF04, and I thought I would compare it to my trusty old Nikon SB-400. It came out in 2006, so you can't buy this one anymore, but you can find it used on eBay. In terms of prices, they are $33, $30, and used $100 on eBay, roughly. So there is a big price difference here, at least between the old and the two new. In terms of these two, I would say $3 difference. If you can live with the additional weight and size of the 08 one, I would say you get a lot of value for the last $3. It is much more powerful and it contains a much larger battery. So I would go for this one. But of course, if weight and size is super important for you, then you may want to go for the ZF04. This one is 20 grams, this one is 36 grams, and this one is 127 grams. So here you see the flash is unboxed, and you can see I turn off the flash and on again, just long holding the button here to the left, and then I can select what level or how powerful I want the flash to be. The 08 one has 5 levels, and the other one only has 2. And then you can test the shot here, and that's basically it. The smaller one here, the same logic applies, and then you just wait for it to turn green, and then you can fire. It only has 2 levels, so there isn't that much to choose between as on the other one. In terms of the guide number for these flashes, that tells you how powerful the flash is. The guide number for the little one here is 6 to 8 meters, meaning that it can light up a subject 6 to 8 meters away. The guide number for the big one, the 08 one here, is 16 meters. And just to compare it with my trusty old Nikon here, this one has a guide number of 21 meters. So there is a big difference in the output that these flashes can generate. You can also see another difference here is the size of the flash area. You can see these two have the same sizes, even though this one obviously is a little bit bigger to hold the bigger battery. The size of the flash is actually the same, whereas this one is much bigger, and it can also tilt so that you can do indirect lighting of your subject. These one will always point directly to your subject. And because the area is so small here, I would imagine it will give fairly hard light, because the smaller your light source is relative to your subject, the harder the light is. But if you want to mitigate that, you can put up a piece of paper in front of the flash, or you can buy one of the flash modifiers that you can find on the Zeniko homepage. When you look at the bottom of the flashes here, you can see that there's only one contact on the two Zeniko flashes, whereas my Nikon Speedlight here has many. And that's because the Nikon can do more advanced communication with the camera, but it is then also bound to Nikon. It cannot work with other cameras, at least not these other contacts here. The Zeniko ones, they can't do any advanced communication. They can just register that the camera shutter is activated, and then they will fire, and that's basically it. So you will need to control, as I showed you here, the strength on the flash by selecting it here, and then apply that to the ambient light that is already there. There's no TTL or other advanced stuff going on here. Of course, that could be seen as a disadvantage, but the big advantage is they will work with any camera that has the trigger sitting here in the center, and I think that's actually most cameras. Just to illustrate how it works on my Ricoh GR3X, I just mount the flash on the camera here, like this. Turn on the flash, wait for the signal to go green, and then I'm ready to take a picture with the flash. And as soon as it's green again, you can see it's ready to take the next picture. That's actually all there is to it. In terms of the size difference, you can see that such a small camera like this one, maybe this one, the 08 one, is a little bit big. So yeah, that's up to you, of course, but it works beautifully also with the larger flash here, as you can see. So why would you use a flash? Well, look at this example here with the backlit mouse. You can see how much brighter the colors are and how some of the darker areas have been filled in with wonderful light. So instead of me sitting there working in post trying to fix the picture to the right, you can just use a flash and you get the result you see to the left. And especially for portrait, I would say, and especially at night, a flash is an absolute wonderful tool, and I would highly recommend you give it a try. So to conclude, these flashes have many similarities. They won't break the bank, they offer basic flash functionality, they offer a lot of shots when charged in full, they charge via USB-C and have built-in batteries. For both flashes, I recommend a diffuser to soften the light just a bit. I imagine that if you're looking into these two flashes, then size and weight is important to you. The ZF04 seemed just right for a small camera like the Ricoh GR3X, whereas the ZF08 on the same camera looks a bit dominating. On a larger camera, I think the ZF08 looks just fine. And if you have a larger camera, I would go with the ZF08 as it has more power and reach. Hope this little video gave you some insight and information to aid your decision. As always, thank you for watching. Happy shooting. Take care. Bye-bye.